say in my mind is that he was wondering why a white man was asked to be honored at a Black History program. So I was going through Dr. King's speech.
All right.
I Have a Dream speech. And he sums it up very well. The marvelous new militancy which has engulfed the Negro community must not lead us to distrust all white people. For many of our white brothers are evidenced by their presence here today, have come to realize that their destiny is tied up with our destiny. And they have come to realize that their freedom is inextricably bound to our freedom. We cannot walk alone. Translation: the white people's freedom and the Black people's freedom is tied together. It is impossible for one to exist without the other. Keeping the dream alive. Well, what dream are we talking about? Martin Luther King spoke of several dreams in his speech. He said, I have a dream one day that the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream one day that even the state of Mississippi will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that one day in Alabama that little black boys and little black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream one day that every valley shall be exalted. Every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is our faith. I believe this is a heavenly dream. We can't necessarily nor particularly keep the dream alive in Georgia, in Mississippi, or in Alabama, but we can keep it alive here in Tennessee. St. Mark is keeping the dream alive here in Tipton County, here in Drummonds, Tennessee, here in the Wilkinsville community, on Wilkinsville Road today at this moment. We are keeping it alive by honoring and celebrating the accomplishments of community contributions of these individuals who pursued those opportunities that were not available to us as Black people some 40, 50 years ago, and have become successful in their endeavors. Some of them now hold positions that society would say not normally be held by a Black person. Today, we tell the story, highlighting their noteworthy accomplishments, creating history, creating memories, creating stories to be told, keeping the dream alive. We want to keep the dream alive because there is always somebody, somewhere trying to turn it into a nightmare. Honorees, congratulations. Be encouraged. Stay encouraged.
He then tells Israel that this may be a sign among you, that when your children ask their fathers in time to come, saying, what mean ye by these stones? Then you shall let them know, saying, Israel came out this Jordan on dry land. Today we must duplicate the same idea to our children when they ask and wonder why we celebrate Black history. If our children are to make history, they must know our history and those like Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, and Booker T. Washington, who have beat the odds. From one generation to the next, our story must be told. Our children here in the African American village surrounding St. Mark need to be taught their history and the roads that lead to success and faithfulness. They need to know it's all right to have an iPhone 5, as long as you can master the art of thinking and doing the right thing. It's all right to wear designer clothes, as long as you have a design for your life. We need to tell them that it's better to wear overalls and work for yourself than to wear true religion and work for someone else. It's all right to rap, as long as you know your math, your science, your social studies, and the Bible. To our kingdom builders and ambassadors for Christ, know that your destiny is not a matter of chance, but a matter of choice. To our parents and adults, when our children ask, what mean ye by Black history? Tell them that our foreparents were stolen from our homeland and had no choice but to answer to the hardships and degradation of slavery. And you can also tell them the story that goes according to the experts who designed the airplane, that bumblebees are not supposed to fly because their bodies are too heavy for their wings. But the bumblebee just keeps flying right along, and your decision to soar in life must be determined by you and no one else. So stay with your Bible, study your history, find out who you are, stick with your church, have strong faith so you can have a strong finish, because the best is yet to come. Thank you.
There we go. My name is Tamara Sneed, as McGee already said, and I just wanted to say good morning to all of my St. Mark family, all of our guests, and especially our distinguished honorees. It is with great pleasure that I get to read you all's bios and give everyone a little bit more information about you. So our first honoree this morning is Mr. Thomas Wayne Sellers Jr. Mr. Sellers was born on September 7, 1981 in Memphis, Tennessee, to Thomas Sr. and Alma Marie Sellers. Mr. Sellers enrolled in the University of Memphis in the fall of 1999. Combining his love of photography, art, writing, and history, Sellers decided to major in journalism. By the fall of 2000, Sellers was laying the foundation for his professional life. In 2001, he was a staff writer at the University of Memphis student newspaper, the Daily Hellsman. Before graduating in 2003, Sellers was a sports reporter, a sports editor, and then editor-in-chief. The past 10 years, Sellers has grown into the ministry. At the same time, his professional life has progressed. In August of 2003, Sellers was hired by Walter Ironheart as a sports writer at the Millington Star. Through hard work and community support, Sellers became the sports editor. The Star, Millington community, and residents of North Haven, South Tipton, and North Shelby counties gave Sellers the ideal platform to showcase his God-given talents of photography, writing, drawing, and so much more. In 2007, Mr. Sellers became the first Black editor of the paper. In his first full year in charge, the Star won 10 Tennessee Press Association awards. Under Sellers' guidance, the Millington Star has won 3 first-place TPA awards ranging from sports to news coverage. Sellers credits God for his achievements at the paper. It takes his blessings, direction, and love to do anything on this earth. We're nothing without God. And he has placed in loving hands from day one. Then he guided me with great educators from Delano Elementary to the University of Memphis. And the icing on the cake is working for a loving, spiritual, and talented coverage area. My family has grown so much in the past 10 years thanks to being at the Millington Star. I thank God every day. Presenting Mr. Thomas J. Wayne Sellers, Jr.
Anyone who knows me knows I'm a pretty emotional person, and I'm really honored and touched that St. Mark for thanking me and to honor me. And first I want to give praise to the good Lord above for blessing me with such a wonderful path and journey. And there's so many people you have to thank whenever you receive an award, because like you heard in the message today, there's no solo acts in this world. I want to thank my professional family, Christina Morgan and countless others have been there by my side to make me look so good over the years. And I want to thank my family. If my mom was standing right now, I just want to thank you for being there for me. My dad is not here today. I want to thank him. I watched my dad drawing as I grew up, and that inspired me to want to be an artist and let my talent shine. And he was the one that was sitting up there night after night making sure I was reading and writing. And I know how important that gift is because I do that every day now. So I want to thank my dad. I want to thank my siblings who've been there for me, my little brothers especially, College Cadares. They taught me how to be unselfish. I want to thank my big sister Shay for being there for me and making life tough on me, to toughen me up sometimes. But especially I want to thank finally the community that I work for and that I serve. This is a blessed community. As I look out, I can see my 10 years right in front of me. From Michelle Malone and her beautiful daughter, watching her grow up to just, I see Devin, Brandon out there. I covered all the Brandon kids. Man, I'm getting old. I covered them from state tournaments to events, from education and everything. Just, it's families like that that just make it worth your while. And this area, I covered state champions. I missed the football like Deshaun Holmes. And like he said, memory is crucial. So when I saw that beautiful face up there, I said, I'm gonna make sure I drop that name in there. But there's so many people, so many faces I'm seeing, and it's just taking me back over the years of how wonderful this community is and how wonderful it's been to me. It's been my privilege to cover this community. I just thank God every day He put me here. And a lot of people say, do you want to move on to the commercial appeal at ESPN? I'm like, as long as God would have me here, this wonderful community supporting me, there's no place I would rather be. So thank you. Thank you once again.